What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another movie review. This time I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the brand new A24 film and the second film from the Philippe brothers, Bring Her Back, which is rated R and it does have a runtime of 1 hour and 39 minutes. Now my reviews are always non-spoilers, so don't worry about a thing, guys, though I will be referencing and alluding to things that you do see in the trailer, and if you guys have not seen the trailer, I will leave the link down to it in the description below so you guys can watch it, then come back and watch my review. Alright, now let's take it back to 2022 when I was introduced to Talk to Me. These were some fresh directors on the scene. They were brothers. I heard they had a background in only YouTube, so I was very skeptical. And if I'm being completely honest, I thought it was a Gen Z horror movie that I was gonna just sweep under the rug and forget about completely. But once I started hearing praise from everybody talking about their experience with this film, I had to see it, I had to watch it for myself, and it was one of my favorite horror movies of 2022. Alright, so the follow-up, Bring Her Back. Let's get into the performances for this film, guys, starting off with Sally Hawkins, who most of you guys recognize the name, most of you guys recognize the face. I know her work more notably from The Shape of Water in 2017, which the following year swept at the Oscars with 13 nominations, winning 3 of those with Best Directing, Best Score, and Best Picture. When I saw her pop up in this movie, Bring Her Back, I was like, okay, they definitely got a budget for this movie and they hired some real talent. That's not to say that the other actors in this film or in Talk to Me are low-grade talent. They were just kind of lesser or unknowns for me, at least. So Sally Hawkins gives off a great performance in this film as Laura. She's a grieving mother. We get to find out her sad backstory laid out not only in the first part of the movie, but what seems to be the whole damn movie. It is a slow burn, I'm gonna let you guys know that. But if you guys are into great exposition and just learning things along the way and having your mind boggled and your jaw dropped the whole time, her character definitely lends to that. We also get a great supporting cast from Billy Barrett as Andy and Sora Wong as Piper. Now I don't know these actors at all, though they really shined on the screen with the roles that they were given. Sora Wong as Piper is visually impaired, so it was kind of interesting to see how she would play in a movie like this, because she's actually someone that does get adopted by Laura, who had a previous daughter that was also blind. We also get to see the challenges that she faces from day to day, either being scrutinized or made fun of from the local kids, to even small things that we don't even think about, like walking around the house. Now there's also a lot of underlying issues and nuance with child abuse, so if you guys are triggered and kind of stay away from stuff like that, this might not be the movie for you, as they definitely step over that line and show you a lot of physical abuse, as it does pertain to the story about deception and deep-seated things that I myself definitely connected with. Also, we have the character of Oliver, played by Jonah Wren Phillips. This little boy's on the poster, so you guys have definitely seen him if you guys are interested in this movie, but this has to be one of the creepiest kids I've seen in a movie in such a long time. Now it is alluded to in the trailer that he is possessed, alright? So we are dealing with some demon possession stuff. I'm not gonna let you guys know how that came to be, but as someone that's not really into demon possession themselves, I thought with so much going on around this subject nature, it really kept me engaged. Now, like I had said, these brothers, I believe, are from Australia, or at least all the cast and the surrounding locations are in Australia, and there's a lot of vast landscape. At least once we get to Laura's house, it's up on a hill in the woods. They really create this eerie and creepy environment that's very reminiscent of slasher movies where a killer is chasing you in the woods, but the killer is inside the house, so to speak. There's a lot of claustrophobic moments, situational horror of like, what would I do in this situation? This movie focused less on jump scares and definitely a more psychological burn that I think is definitely gonna divide horror fans. Either you're really gonna love this movie or you are gonna hate it. As once I left the theater with a big smile on my face, I overheard a couple of people say this was the worst movie of the year. Now, is this even close to worst movie of the year? Absolutely not. Even with the slow burn aspect, absolutely not. I think if you're looking for great Ari Aster quality A24 films, this is where you need to be at. And the whole time I kept thinking of other directors, like I had said, Ari Aster, or even like a Darren Aronofsky, Jordan Peele, some of these newer guys that really try to envelop their audience in something new, fresh, artistic, and not the same formulaic cookie cutter shit that we've been getting over the years. All right, we get into it in about the third act of the movie. Like I had mentioned, it is a slow burn, but don't worry, in that third act, it's really gonna pay off, guys, as we get get a lot of physical, gross out gore that I was not expecting to see, especially from children. It is kind of a taboo thing, but I think a lot of horror fans do appreciate it because it does tiptoe on that line of what you're not supposed to do in horror movies for the most part. I'm not saying that this should be normalized. I'm just saying I do appreciate it when it fits the script and the narrative of everything. Now, without giving too much away, like I had alluded in the beginning, this does deal with a lot of grief, a lot of loss, a lot of death, despair, pushing down feelings, not talking about things. This was so relatable once again. Even though we are focusing on a couple of teenagers, guys, I think anybody that's dealt with death will totally feel something after viewing this movie. And once again, when the credits rolled, that last frame, that last scene that we got, oh, broke my damn heart because it put the movie in such a different perspective, in such a higher light than just a horror movie. All in all, Flix Talkers, I had an amazing time with this movie. It surprised the hell out of me. I had a lot of jaw-dropped moments, a lot of grossed out moments as well, where I had to almost turn my head, but I'm like, no, I have to watch this for the review. And the trailer does paint this as a lot more demon possession than you're actually gonna see, but don't worry, there's a little bit sprinkled in here and there to appease for those Exorcist fans. And all that being said, guys, I think I'm gonna give Bring Her Back from 2025 a solid 5 out of 5. This was an amazing quality picture that I definitely want to own in the highest quality, hopefully 4K, just like I have Talk to Me on my shelf right here. And if these brothers keep it up, man, oh, look for them in the future. All right, Flix Talkers, do you plan to see Bring Her Back when it comes out on May 30th? Let me know. Are you gonna wait for digital to watch it in the comfort of your own home? Or do you plan to pass on it completely because you're not into movies like this? Either way, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on my review. And if you guys want to support the channel, please hit that big thumbs up and consider subscribing today for more reviews like this, movie reactions, and movie rankings here on the channel. All right, Flix Talkers, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.